I told you earlier that things do not look particularly promising, but we'll stay hopeful.
You think so?
Yeah, I don't know.
Fingers crossed, Hudson. I know, it looks like all hope is lost because the question, will there be a lockout, is starting to sound more like, how long is this lockout going to last? After a 2-hour meeting with the NHL Board of Governors, League Commissioner Gary Bettman told the media that the season will not start unless a new collective bargaining agreement is in place. Unless the hockey gods perform a miracle, NHL ranks will go dark midnight on Saturday.
Even a brief lockout will cost more in terms of lost salary and wages than what we're proposing to do to make a deal that we think we need to make.
Well, Union boss Donald FEHR was surrounded by some of the biggest names in hockey when he addressed the media. Close to 300 players attended the New York meetings as a show of solidarity. They maintain the position that the players made huge concessions in the last CBA. Since then, the league revenue has ballooned. Players are willing to accept a cutback to the 57% of hockey-related revenues that they currently collect, but not to the 49% the owners are offering.
The players are going to take less money than the current agreement provides them in terms of the players' share. Then the question is, are they the only ones whose compensation and circumstances are to be limited or reduced?
We're showing that we're willing to move and that we're willing to sacrifice things, and with our proposal, and with that, both sides have room to grow and continue to have success. And I think if you were to look at their proposal, it's not really the same type of feeling.
We do feel like we're getting bullied a little bit, and we will stay strong.
Well, Victoria Royals defenseman Tyler Stahl has dreams of playing in the NHL one day. The Carolina Hurricanes draft pick has a lot to prove in his final year of junior after sitting out most of last season due to an injury. While Stahl says he's feeling 100%, he'll start this season in the stands. The WHL has suspended the 20-year-old for the first 6 games for a hit to the head on a Kelowna player last week. Not quite an ideal start to the season. Stahl will start serving his suspension during this weekend's home-and-home exhibition series with the Vancouver Giants. He knows firsthand how serious hits to the head are. That's what cost him a good 50 games last year. It forced the longest layoff of Stahl's career, and being away from the rink and his mates motivated him to spend the summer indoors in the gym.
And then I do a lot of cardio. I had to get back in shape, get the body thinner again. I had to get my strength back too, after not lifting weights or pushing anybody or anything like that for a while. You have to get that back. I haven't had a break from that hockey for that long ever, I don't think, so I'm really excited and I'm even more anxious to get going.
Stahl's not going to score you a lot of goals, but at 6'2" and 245 pounds, he is a big physical presence on the blue line. He spent his entire major junior career in the Bruins and Royals organization. Stahl is one of 10 defensemen remaining in camp and a lock to make the final roster, but even veterans know every shift on the ice is an audition.
I think it is. There's a lot of guys, so everyone wants a spot on the team, and everyone's watching everything you do. So a lot of the guys, it's the little things that'll matter, whether they touch the line or not, make that extra pass kind of thing. So every day is an audition, like you said, and you just gotta give her.
The Royals' only home exhibition game is on Saturday at 2 p.m. Tickets are only $5. Ryder Hejdahl has 2 more events before his 2012 comes to a close. Sunday, Ryder will lead a Canadian contingent at the World Championships in the Netherlands. The 4-man Canadian road race team also includes Langley's Sven Tuft. Ryder's race calendar wraps up in Italy with the Tour of Lombardia on September 29th. And while Ryder puts a wrap on his season, these golfers have just started. Plenty of teamwork on display with the Camosun Chargers, and that came in handy in the opening tournament of the Pac West season, placing 2nd overall. Poise in pressure situations and veteran savvy makes Coach John Randle's job relatively stress-free.
The cool thing about these guys is they're not going to be making a lot of big numbers. It's just going to be pretty steady and a little bit easier on the coach watching, and they're not doing some crazy stuff and finding themselves in crazy situations like the other years. So it's my heart rate will be able to stay a little bit more flatline. Well, hopefully not flatline, but a little bit more consistent over the course of the weekend.
Randle's crew has the luxury of calling Bear Mountain home, but this weekend it is off to Hazelmill Golf Course in Surrey for the next tournament. Leading the way will be Kevin WALZ, who, believe it or not, is in his 6th year with the Chargers. Half dozen years in Charger blue makes him the longest serving Charger athlete ever, thanks to a small loophole.
I've been pretty lucky to play for 6 years, so I'm looking forward to hopefully, bringing in a championship. I'm looking forward to, seeing what happens. I think we got a good shot at it.
Awesome team player, and he's obviously an awesome golfer, so it's just going to help our team in the long run for sure.
The eligibility rules allowed him to play, and I was able to convince him that playing another year would be a good idea. So he's back with the same mind as me. We're looking towards nationals and trying to peak and win the national championship, because we haven't done that. Either of us haven't done it since we've been here, so we're excited to give it a try.
The Cowichan Valley Capitals will be wrapping up their home opener. Hockey night in the Cowichan Valley returns as the Caps host the Victoria Grizzlies. And it may take the hockey fans in Duncan a few games to get to know the names of their favorite Caps players. A lot of new faces on the ice at the Big Stick, but most will recognize Steen Cooper. Not only is he part of a handful of returning players, he's also the hometown boy. It was Steen's skills and not his address that impressed head coach Jim Ingram last season. As a 16-year-old rookie, he tallied 23 points. Now a seasoned 17-year-old, Cooper considers himself one of the leaders on this year's squad.
We got a young group coming in this year, so obviously I got to take charge and make sure they feel comfortable around the team and the community. So really this year it's about leading the younger guys and teaching them about the league and how it works and all that good stuff.
He's very skilled forward, very quick, very shifty, and again, his competitiveness is what drives him, not only on the ice, but his grades are very good, and it drives him in the classroom, and it'll definitely serve him well heading down the road. He's got a very bright future ahead of him.
A future Ivy Leaguer, perhaps. Steen got a lot of attention from NCAA scouts at this past weekend's showcase opening in Chilliwack.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, some colleges don't get to see in the regular season, so it was good to get all 16 teams there in one place in Chilliwack. So you got a chance to talk with guys you normally wouldn't have a chance to talk to.
It has his SATs and a good score on that, and he's getting some Ivy League schools looking at him, and we'll see where the school of his choice comes down to. There's still a process that he has to undertake there, but it's nice to see these young guys getting the opportunities, and even nicer when you see a local kid starting to realize his dreams.
Won't be the only time we hear Steen Cooper or see him on our channel this year, I'm sure.
You betcha. Why, thank you.
You're welcome.